When you solo queue in Siege, does it feel like this? Or this? Or even this? Solo queue matches aren't always awful because we have bad teammates or unfair matchmaking. Sometimes it's our approach. Today, we're covering the 3 keys to winning in solo queue: mindset, playstyle, and accountability. Also, stick around to the end and I'll show you how to stop solo queuing for good. Let's get into it. The first hurdle isn't the enemy team, it's the solo queue jitters. Maybe the usual stack you play with isn't online, but you still want to get some games in. You boot up R6 and just stare at the ranked button. You start to think back on all the 0 to 4 losses and terrible teammates, and you almost feel like it's not even worth solo queuing, and you should just go play something else. Psyching ourselves out before we even press play sets us up to lose. So, what can we do to steal our nerves before we get in the game? We remind ourselves of a few key factors. First off, Rank 2.0 is very forgiving, especially early in the season. If you've played less than 30 games, you can lose more than you win and still gain elo. Your win rate might look a little messy, but you will rank up with just a few wins. Next, we have to stop being a slave to our stats. We're all protective over our ranks and KDs, and it can make us play scared to lose. But the reality is, every pro and champ player was once a copper, and they didn't win every game. If you're worried about your stats and what other people think about them, you're worrying about the wrong thing. Your rank isn't a trophy that can be won or lost. It's simply a matchmaking tool. Focus on your improvement, and the rank and stats will follow. Lastly, we have to accept the solo queue tax. Your win rate will be lower than in a 5-stack. You will get teammates that don't have mics, don't know the default setups, or can't shoot the side of a barn. But these factors aren't within our control. We shouldn't waste energy tilting over a teammate's mistake. That's energy and focus that can be used to clutch the round. Instead of worrying about all the things we can't control, we need to look inward and focus on what we can do to win the round ourselves. All of these things impact our mindset before we even press play. If we can remind ourselves that we can still rank up, we don't have to win every game, and that it's supposed to be fun, we can get over the jitters that come before a solo queue game. This sets us up with a positive outlook, allowing us to play with lower stress and higher performance. So, now we've worked up the courage to press play, and we understand what we're getting into. How do we give ourselves the best shot at winning? We start with our play style. In a 5-stack, you can just be a cog in the machine, while in solo queue, we have to be the machine. To win, we have to maximize our personal impact on the round, and we start this through our operator selection. Strategy 1 is plugging the gaps. This is where we let our teammates pick first and then fill the missing role in our team. To do this properly, we need to identify the default obstacles for the objective that we're playing on, and then see which ones our team is neglecting to address. Almost every bomb site in the game has a main wall that needs opening. If you don't, you severely limit your team's ability to push the site. Bring Thermite and Ace for main walls, and Hibana for hatches. The same thing goes for Thatcher with his EMPs. If one of your teammates brings the hard breach, pick the Thatcher so they can actually open the wall. Certain sites have soft floor above them, so if no one brings Buck, Sledge, or Ram to open it up, take that role. Opening from above creates strong site pressure, giving you picks immediately or making later picks easier. If someone has already picked one of those ops, bring the Nomad to protect the flanks, or bring a roam clear op to clear the room that has the soft floor. Once you switch sides, your focus should be on keeping the main wall closed. Bring the Bandit and Cade for main wall, and that Cade will also keep the hatches closed too. If wall denial's covered, address the other ways attackers take site. Smoke and Maestro deny easy entry and plant spots. Make sure that each round you and your team can get in the way of the default pushes. You should also encourage your team to do the same. Ask someone to bring those EMPs, and more than likely, you will get some help. The second strategy is the one-man army. If your team has the basics covered, you can pick self-sufficient operators. These operators don't need direct help from your team to be effective. Zero is the king of solo queue. He gives you your own flank watch and forward intel with his cams. He can hard breach walls, and his Gon 6 takes down shields and BPs. Grim is another op that's perfect for solo queue. He can push defenders out of power positions and help you close off defender rotations. He also has hard breach charges as well to open the wall in a pinch. Lastly, soft breach operators are always a solid pick. When you're up against bulletproof gadgets like shields and cams, Ashe and Zofia can take these down while still bringing decent weapons. As we mentioned before, on sites with soft ceilings, Sledge, Buck, and Ram can all open up large holes in the floor for easy kills. On defense, Jaeger and Wamai are always solid picks. They keep your bulletproof gadget safe, making your setup stronger, and even if they aren't protecting a gadget, they can stop flashes and nades when attackers push site. Valk is also great for solo queue because she increases the info that you have access to. Use her cams to help roamers, watch site entry, and protect the default plan. Mute is great because his gadgets take away info from the attackers. Placing your mutes along common attacker pathways or site entrances limits attacker info and slows down their push. Lastly, any trap op is a great solo queue pick. Since your teammates are less likely to watch your back, you can use your traps to do it instead. They give you info from multiple directions and help you play safer. Remember, if we're missing more important operators that we absolutely need for this site, pick those. But after that, think about the next most important part of the round and tackle it. Before we get to the in-game decision making, if this is helping you look at solo queue a little differently, please like and subscribe. Once we pick our ops and we're actually in the game, we can still impose our will on the match through our playstyle and in-game decision making. You might be solo queuing, but you don't have to play alone. After a tough round loss, it's tempting to just go off and do your own push, but you're just setting yourself up for 1vx gunfights, which are the hardest to win. We should be pushing with our team for safety and so that we can use our gadgets in tandem. Even if you're just using your team as bait, it's better to get easy refrags than just going off on your own. The most underrated gadget in Siege is the drone, so make use of it. Your drone is the main way that you learn about the round as it develops. It allows us to play much safer and smarter. Before you run in, clear the room in front of you, set up flank cams to watch your back. Make use of that free info because your teammates won't be droning for you. To get the most out of the best gadget in the game, head to my droning video after this one. Okay, we're moving on to the most important tip for winning in solo queue: taking accountability. This is the hardest part of the framework, but it's what separates the hard-stuck gold players from the champs. You have to take 100% responsibility for every round, even the ones where your teammates were the ones throwing. When a teammate makes a boneheaded play to lose the round, freaking out on them is only going to lower your chances of winning. Putting down your randoms destroys team confidence, and it ruins your focus. Say nice try for bad plays, and congratulate them on good ones. Keeping a positive vibe on the team is an advantage. Even if you get stuck in a 1v4, don't just blame it on the team for dying early. We should have the mentality that every loss is our fault, and that there was something we could have done better to win. Think back on the round. What were the little mistakes that could have had a larger effect as the clock runs down? Maybe if you roam cleared a little faster, your team wouldn't have rushed the execute. Maybe those Jaegers were in spots that didn't protect your team's shields. You might not have made the final slip-up that lost the round, but at some earlier point, there may have been a step that you missed that could have changed the game. When you blame your team, you give up on getting better. When you put it on yourself, you can be open to improvement. The best way to really take accountability for your mistakes is to go back and watch the highlights. I use Outplayed to do this because it automatically records kills, deaths, and plant activity, so for PC players, that's what I would recommend. Your kills should remind you what good Siege looks like, and how you should strive to perform. Your deaths are even more important though, because it's showing you and your mistakes. Rewatch your deaths over and over until you see the exact mistake you made. Maybe it happens in the clip with a bad swing or poor cover, or maybe it happened a minute before when you decided to push a part of the map away from your team. Be critical, because these mistakes are things you did, and it's no one else's fault. It's up to you to learn from them and to improve. So, after all that, we learned how to take solo queue head on and give ourselves a better chance to win. But even so, we all know Siege is better with a team. That's why I made a solution to end your solo queuing. I've launched a Discord for my subscribers to find games with other people in my community. I want this to be a hub for players who are focused on improvement. Players of any skill level are allowed, whether you're just learning the game or pushing for Diamond and Champ. As the server grows, I would love to host events like 10-mans, do VOD reviews of your matches, and even some direct coaching. So, stop rolling the dice with randoms, come join the Discord at the link in the description. Alright guys, like and subscribe if you learned something today, and if you have an R6 topic you want to learn about, please comment down below. Alright, I'll see ya.